Thank Nitty, man, with the Texans on 3 podcast show, man. This beautiful Tuesday afternoon, you know what I'm saying? It's going down. And y'all know if I'm in the building, then I gotta have the gang in the building with me, man. We got that boy Patton, aka the mailman, aka the streets, aka Big Activated. You know what I'm talking about, man. And y'all already know if we up in here, man, we cannot do this without my guy, Killer Cal, in the building. You know what I'm saying, man. Let's give a hand from the guy before we bring up our next guest. It's good to have Cal in the building, man, bro. It's good to see your face, man.
Good to be back.
My boy back in the H-Town. You already know it for week 1. And y'all know, man, if we are here, we got that guy. We got to have a doctor here, man. We got to have Dr. Larry Payton in the building, man. It's week 1. It's week 1, man. We got to have a doc in the building, man, for sure, man. And I'm excited, man. I'm pretty sure y'all are excited, man. We got that boy Allen already in the bull ring. You know what I'm saying? Big shout out, man. We got Larry Payton in the bull ring too. Oh, y'all already know my guy's the only man can be at 2 places at one time. And Ninja Cow, man. Hey, it's football week, baby. You already know what it is, man. I don't know what y'all gonna do with Shadua Sanders out there in Cleveland, but you know, y'all are distant cousins, man. So we love y'all too, man. We just it's not whenever y'all playing us. What he say? He said, I'm ready for Chubb to light it up. Hey, my God, we hoping the same thing too, man. We are definitely hoping the same thing over here out in H-Town. Let me put a pause to this music right quick. There we go, man. So, hey, y'all, we in the building. It's week 1. Houston Texans, man. We going up against the what's they called now? The LA Rams. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of, how can I say? It's a lot of red tape. For lack of a better phrase, but a lot of things that goes on. I mean, that's going on between those teams. We already know the most obvious one, being Nick Catley, going back to a team that he was with last year. We heard McVay say how much he was gonna miss him, and how big of a part that he was actually to their team and the things that they did and getting those guys ramped up. I think, you know, this is going to be Nick's game, first game as our offensive coordinator. And I think that, me personally, I think a lot of fans are going to fall in love with Nick Catley week 1. I think it's going to be a challenge because, you know, you have a team that you're coming from, and you're bringing some of those things probably that, you know, we heard it's a few things that, you know, he could be bringing from over there from McVay. Are y'all worried? That will be my first question for y'all. Are y'all worried that, you know, the McVay, the ties that, you know what I'm saying, that they kind of are going to be, you know, thinking that they know what Nick Catley is going to be doing? Anybody can go first on this.
I ain't worried at all. I want to see how many points you're going to put up.
Hey, if you got them, Papa, man, shout them boys out, man. One day, I guess they get a sponsor, but hey, they got the big features on the can, so I'm a fan. But you're not worried, Patton. So Patton say he not worried about it. I mean, we've seen this happen before. What do you think, Cam? What do you like? We've seen this happen before, where, you know, offensive coordinator goes back to his old team, and sometimes it's not a lot of success, and we've seen it have success. I'm not saying that it's always failure, but it's a little. To me, I'm a little nervous because I know it's the players have to do what they have to do what they have to do on the field, but it's still something to me to just be concerned with. The level of concern to be concerned. Yeah, I think it's something to be concerned about. But what do you think, Cal?
I think with Catley, being in two different successful offensive rooms, the Patriots and the Rams.
Mm-hmm.
uh, they pretty much took the Patriots had the philosophy that they use slots, tight ends, and utilize the back out of the backfield a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
when you take that and you take the Sean McVay, the updated, the young OC coordinator, innovative play calling. That's Sean McVay is known for being an excellent play caller. I think like when you be in both of those rooms, you tend to develop your own DNA strand. And I think it's going to be something that we probably haven't seen before. And I think Texans fans going to get really excited to see things that we watch other teams do, and it's like, wow, man, how did he steam him open? Or that was a nice play that they ran here. And I think you're going to see a lot of that,
Mm-hmm.
not in the first game, but as the year progress, we're going to see how he's going to be able to mix both of those schemes together and make it a Houston Texans scheme. So I'm not really worried about mediocre play calling. I'm not worried about um, him not like the moment being too big for him. I think we're going to see something. Patton said, just want to see the points. Rams got a good defense. I just say, 4 touchdowns for us. I want us to score 30 points every game. I think that should be the goal. 4 touchdowns and a field goal. With our defense, I think we can, pretty much win 90, 95% of those type of games. So I'm not worried about what Kelly's going to do his first game.
Okay. Well, Doc, man, how you feel about that? And first, I got a question for you. Is that a Kamari Lassiter jersey or is that a Deshaun Watson?
It is Deshaun Watson.
No. Okay.
We
Well,
can put
hey,
some tape
Ninja
on
Cow.
it and turn it into a Lassiter, but
Hey, Ninja
it's
Cow,
Watson.
man. I know Ninja Cow like that. So at least, hey, there you go, Ninja Cow. You know what I'm saying? You one of the first people in the bull ring.
Well, I'm
You love
saving my.
breathing us with Chubb. You love, wishing us luck with Chubb. Doc wishing y'all luck with, Deshaun Watson, man. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, it's love, man. It's
Yeah,
love.
I'm
Like,
saving my CJ jersey for Sunday. So,
oh, okay. Okay. You got the CJ. Which one? What color did you go with?
H-Town Blue.
Oh,
Mm.
okay. God, is that
Okay.
the black one with the blue on it?
Yeah, the real dark H-Town Blue.
Exactly, man. That's dope. That's
Mm.
dope, man. Hey, I can't wait to see that. Pause. But other than that, though, Doc, what do you think about Nick facing his old team, and how do you think they're gonna approach that?
Well, I think that Kaylee has been preparing ever since he got the job for this first game. I mean, he's got this game probably scripted 99 times already. But what I've seen in the preseason, I like,
Mm.
especially this more successful plays in the red zone. It has been more of the McVay scheme, which I prefer. Everybody knows where I stand with the New England scheme. So I think that McVay, as well as his coaching tree, these guys are used to going up against each other all the time. So it's not really an advantage because the basis of the offense. It's about situational football. It's about the players you have. And when it comes down to it, Jimmy's and Joe's. And the Texans got some pretty good weapons if CJ can get the time. In fact, we'll go into it later, but the the Rams got a great. I'm going to call them a great defensive line, defensive front, but their inside linebackers, their secondary is pretty meh. It's pretty average. So
Mm-hmm.
we can have some success. We should have some success against their defense if we can uh, control their pressure up front.
Mm-hmm. Do y'all think it works both ways though? Do y'all think that Nick Caley spent some time with the Texans defense this week and letting them know what tendencies that they may see with the Rams offense. I think it kind of works both ways. You know what I'm saying? I think you have to almost. You have to, which I know that they do. They're going to do their, due diligence and scouting every team that they play. But I think that if you have somebody in the room who used to be in offensive meetings with said team, that you kind of have to take some of their input in what they may say. So I think that me personally, like I say, I think that it goes both ways. So it just makes the game that much more close. I watched a little something with McVay the other day that somebody posted. I think it was Stressens or it was either Sideline Sarah, one of the two. But I watched a little bit of it and just to see that McVay has a big respect for what we do over here and the way the team is being ran. So I think it's a mutual respect. I watched the game yesterday. As a matter of fact, it was the Rams against who were they playing? Because I was mostly paying attention to the Rams. It probably was Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know, but either way, I watched that defensive line, and the defensive line is pretty good. Can they be but they did have a problem last year, and it was being ran on, and it was crazy when you look at what they are and what they were able. They got better as the season went on, but I think this game was like week 4 or maybe week 3 of last year, and they hadn't got it together yet. I'm hoping that we see what I'm saying, something like that this year. I'm really excited. And I kind of want to hold up on that too, because I want my guys to be able to attack that in the right way. But I'm excited about the matchups. When y'all look at the matchups, right? And I know what everybody's looking for. Hold on, what did my guy say? He say the Rams had 3 good safeties, Lake, Curl, and Kitchens. The CB room isn't great. Yeah, I'm not really. I mean, when it comes to their defense, the only thing I'm worried about, and if you want to call that a worry, is keeping CJ upright because of the pass rush that they have. They might not be able to stop the run and all of that, but they definitely have a good pass rush, especially with the rookie Verse. But as far as matchups though, my guys, what is it that y'all looking forward to seeing in this week 1 matchup? What are y'all looking for as far as individual matchups?
More than likely, me and Cal gonna tag team on this one, but the thing we've been harping on all season, all off season, offensive line play. Out the gate, I called it the way the line was gonna be. I called it out the gate. Big E, LT, Andrews, Ingram, and Howard at right tackle. The Rams' strength of their defensive line. Tell my boy Bull Bash. That's I forget my guy's name, Lord.
Oh, that's Mike. That's Mello.
Mike, yeah, Mello. Mike, my bad, Mello. Kitchens is their best defensive back, the safety from Miami. He's the guy I wanted on the Texans when he was in the draft a year ago. Big E is going to be baptized by fire come Sunday, which is a good thing. Verse and Will Anderson mirror one another as far as the bull rush they present every damn down.
Mm-hmm.
The difference is Will has a motor that once he bull rushes, like he collapses the pocket and he steady moving around. With Verse, he's looking to bull rush you, put you on the ground, and if he can't turn you into the quarterback or where the quarterback is at, we know how CJ has been able to maneuver in the pocket for the first 2 years in the season.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not worried about CJ having to have happy feet early on. It's more so going to be how quickly can you get the ball out. Now, going back to him and Nick Cady saying they were watching early Patriots film, early 2000s Tom Brady. if you go back and watch it, I didn't have to. I remember watching that shit because it beat our ass all the time. But for the most part, it's dink and dunk, dink and dunk, dink and dunk. Now, what's going to be different here is the route concepts we have, they didn't have. So, how when Brady was throwing the ball to his running backs, tight ends, every so often a wide receiver, it's going to be wide receiver heavy. Quick outs, over the middle, tight end going to eat, running back going to eat. And most importantly, I know the passing game, I'm looking for CJ to have north 300 yards, pass north. 300 is the floor. I'm looking to have 300, maybe 350. My biggest concern is what is Chubb going to do? How are they going to do as far as blocking for Chubb? Once Chubb comes out the game for a spell, is Damian Pierce still running into people's backs? Can he finally find the hole? How many touches will Woody get? You know, how you going to split that? That's what I'm really going to be looking for. I look for us to be a pass heavy with this game, attack their defensive backs, because that's not the strength of their, that's the weakness of their defense. So going to this game, I want to see Big E dominate verse or who's ever over there. How many touches from the running back committee, from how many touches that Chubb, Pierce, and Woody gets? And I feel like Woody would have more touches based off catching the ball as well. So if Woody has, let's say, 10 touches, right? 5 catches, 5 carries. That's cool. How many does Pierce have? Are you going to ride Nick Chubb this early in the season? Like, how are you going to split that? That's what I really want to see.
I agree with that. Especially that definitely gets me to thinking, like, how much weight are they going to put on Nick Chubb? I know he's going into the game as the definitive RB1, right? We can all agree on that.
Yeah,
and he's gonna be RB1. So yeah, that's to me, and I'm gonna just be honest. I think on the cool that they are going to give him a full workload. I really think so. I think he gets more carries out of everybody. I think because it's the way that Nick Chubb game is, right? He's one of those type of players that gets better as the game goes along. So I think that they're gonna give him a regular Nick Chubb workload. I think the fact that you have Pierce and and I'm pretty sure when I say this, I'm pretty sure I never played in the NFL, but I'm pretty sure any NFL player and coach probably thinks like this, that if you can get on the field, you do what you do. Like we don't need a Nick Chubb to go out there playing like, hey, y'all know I had this leg injury a couple of years ago and I might not be at this and at that. Like, no, I believe that you leave it out on the field. Because if we look at it any other kind of way, it's like saying that we're expecting him to leave some of it on the field. Like, I mean, to not leave it all on the field, so to speak. And it's like, man, I just think that they should give him the full load. Do it just like how you would do it if Mixon was there. Just how you would sub Mixon and spell Mixon. I mean, that's what they should do with Nick Chubb. I mean, I think Woody, if we end up seeing Woody get the most touches out of everybody, I don't know. I think they're saying something.
That means somebody got hurt.
If somebody ain't hurt, or it's just not like there's a setback some kind of way. And like you say, I like what you said about Pierce as far as the is he running into people's backs? Pause. Far as what you've seen, right? Because I'm like in the middle of what I seen in this preseason, because I think that was the third game, right, where they featured him. Do y'all feel like, I mean, what did that do? That first drive with Pierce, what did y'all walk away from that drive saying about Pierce? I think that's a good segment to talk about. How did you, after you watched that segment, how did you walk away from that feeling? And be honest, did you, like, let's start with you, Cal. How did you feel?
Unimpressive, but it's a guy that hasn't had many carries in the last football calendar year, and working in another scheme that he wasn't comfortable in. So that was his first, time touching about like he didn't do anything to make me say, oh yeah, okay, Pierce is back. So I really didn't see anything with that. Let me, if I may, let me backtrack on something that you asked earlier about the matchups.
Oh, okay,
And
my bad, my
when
bad.
when Patton said the double team aspect, yeah, I was looking up Jared Verse, and Jared Verse, his numbers doesn't like when you look at the sack totals, I think it was like 4.5, but QB hits was 18. And Jared Verse reminds me of um and I say a young Will Anderson, but a rookie Will Anderson that is so bull strong that a lot of the uh highlights that I watched him, he got up under their pad level and he was just able to drive. I'm quite sure Patton can attest to this. That's one thing that Ursary and Popovich and all them cats are telling, hey, you have to stay low because he's gonna try to baptize you really, really early. He's gonna try to get up under your pad level. And once he gets inside of your head to let you know that he's stronger than you, then you're gonna see everything else come into effect. So Ursary has to stay very fundamental. Don't like you're facing a guy that's not better than the two guys that you face all through preseason. I mean, in training camp. So you pretty much all you have to do is just do what you've been doing. So I'm looking at that matchup, and I'm also looking at will Lassiter be uh one-on-one with Devontae Adams, or are they going to let Steen travel with him? And because
I want to
you
tap on
you
that.
still
I'm glad
have
you brought that up. I'm glad you brought that up because God,
Mhm.
I didn't think about that, Cal, until like last night.
Mhm.
Watching the when I watched the game, and then I said, dang, they wide receiver group, they do got Devontae Adams now.
Right.
Dude,
And
don't act like they got the best secondary in the league now.
no, they
Don't
I mean,
forget
we
that.
do have the best second. Look, this is what I love about that matchup though, Patton,
Mm.
is that's our calling card. I think what the Texans do to Devontae Adams and Puka Nacua week 1 puts the whole league on notice. I think
That's a
when
good point.
when those
That's a good
guys
point.
are shut down week 1, I think that the whole league gonna say, "Oh, now we don't have to wait to see how serious this secondary is. We see it right now, week 1. These guys are shutting down 2 premium wide receivers." Um,
Notice what my question was. My
mhm.
question was, do the Texans say, okay, Lassiter, you got Devontae Adams, like this is your guy. We're not finna let like you are in year number 2. We don't need Sting following the best wide receiver because we believe in you. That's why I said I'm interested in seeing what confidence are they going to give Lassiter against a veteran like Adams when you still got Puka Nacua on the other side. So
Exactly. Like it's
Let me
it's
ask
gonna
you
be
this.
that's gonna be to me that's the matchup of the game.
Let me ask
Um,
you this.
Blackville,
Who's the
I like
faster receiver?
who's the faster receiver out of both of those. That's a good question, Patton, because both of those guys are not just known for being speedy receivers, they are known for how intermediate they are with their route running. They are super precision route runners. And I think somebody just put up there what Lackville put.
Yeah,
And
they're
I think
also
that that's a
big and
very
strong.
I think that's a very good question, Lackville. And especially if you mean that towards the Texans. Because that's true. Like after Stingley, Lassiter, who are the corners that we can honestly count on? And I know that we have belief as Texans fans, and the rookie Jalen Smith and um other corners that we have on our team. Who are we actually confident in that, God forbid anything happens to any one of these guys, but who comes in, what I'm saying, if something happens to one of those guys?
So you gotta remember last year we played 4 safeties all the time. Like this year, we're in a better position. You have Jalen Smith, you have Miles Brown, who's on the practice squad. Then you have is it Tremont Smith? Well, he's the special team ace. However, you got Petrie playing a nickel. If you go 4 receivers or 4 DBs, Jalen Smith and Petrie would be your 2 inside corners with Kalen Bullock and CD at back at safety.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if Jalen Reed, if he was going to play. They saved him. Well, I've heard he was going to be ready for week 1.
On the IR.
So then we don't have him. So that leaves your depth with MJ Stewart. And who's the other safety we have?
That's it.
Petrie.
Hopefully, I think that I
miss somebody.
I think if one of our
and Kalen Bullock.
I think if one of our like I say, God forbid, that if our CB1 or CB2 goes down, I think you gotta put me personally. I think you have to put the rookie out there because he showed that he can handle outside.
Yeah, you go to rookie and you play your zone.
You go to Jalen Smith. You go to Jalen Smith. I think he's proved it in this preseason that he can handle that outside. He kind of, and I know y'all gonna say what, but that pick that he had in this preseason was Derek Stingley-esque. I'm not saying this dude is Derek Stingley. I'm not saying it. I'm just saying that it's Derek Stingley-esque. Go to the Dallas Cowboys game and watch that pick that one of the picks that Derek Stingley had. It'll be reminiscent. It's kind of like when the ball is overthrown in a sense, and you know what I'm saying, the corners, the way that he's playing zone, looking back at the quarterback, he's able to see that and attack the ball. When you seen Jalen do that, as a matter of fact, and you seen the first person to go over there and I knew it was coming too. I said, Stingley is going over there to him because they were already chopping it up before that play happened. And so when he went back to the sideline, I was looking for Derek Stingley to be right over there with him, chopping it up with him, and that's exactly who was over there with him. So I don't know if he was saying, hey, see how you listen to what I told you, and this is what was the result of it. I'm hoping that that's what it was, but yeah, I think that was a good question, Lackville. Definitely have to be concerned about the depth. I'm not concerned, but I think that it was a good thing for us to bring up on the show.
Yeah, I think about Jalen Smith, I have good confidence in him. In fact, the Texans for the last 2 seasons have been getting away with a lack of talent after the first 2 corners.
Yep, you're right.
So we're in much better position from a depth chart standpoint, and Smith has proved himself in the preseason to be to have earned playing time. So he should be your first corner off the bench. And to the other point, Patton's point, if you need to play 4 safeties, Petrie can play in the flats and the hook zones just like a linebacker or a safety. So you have some flexibility there.
Good point. Yeah,
definitely good point. When it comes to Sunday's matchup, y'all, is there a player that you can think of, right? That because you know we've talked about it from a team aspect, which we still have a few more things to touch on. But is there a player, right, that you guys are like that your eyes are gonna be like, hey, when you're looking at that game, you're looking for this player. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has one. What is your player that you're gonna happen to be just watching, keeping a close eye on this player week 1? Who is it gonna be? Either one of y'all can start.
I want Larry to hit that one. You hit that one, Larry. Who you interested in?
I'm interested in our linebacker rotation. We know that
Okay.
Henry and Aziz are the starters, but we expect to see EJ Speed and Christian Harris, and we probably will see some 3 linebacker base formations.
That's what I've heard. I've heard we're gonna probably see a lot of 3. And that doesn't kind of make sense though, Doc, when you think about it. Look at what you know, a lot of, when we seen Speed sign, right? A lot of us was like, what the hell? Like, is Christian Harrison out the door? And then we turn around and we see Christian Harrison made the 53-man roster. So maybe that's what the plan was from the gate. Like, we didn't know it from as fans and podcasters, so to speak, but we didn't know that they were planning on going more 3 linebacker group sets out there, more base. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's looking like. I agree with you.
And Patton and I talked about this before the show. Quite frankly, I got a short leash on Aziz and coverage. So after 2 completions, oh buddy, you come and stand by D'Amico. I'm putting Speed or Christian Harrison there to have them to shut down.
Really, you gonna shut it down that fast? You're not playing no games.
I ain't playing with Aziz, man. I'm not playing.
You hit him key?
Hey,
man. So Aziz,
tight ends been wearing us out all last year.
I mean, but you got to look at the tight end, right? One play that we see over and over, and I've been seeing it a lot this offseason, is the Kelsey play, right? Kelsey is savvy, man, when it comes to getting open.
Yeah.
And the way that he did our guy when he caught that ball and looked down on him, like y'all all remember the play. He caught the ball and I'm talking about he looked down on Aziz, like, what you doing down there? That play to me, I don't know what linebacker y'all think could have made that play.
Christian Harris.
Really, you think? I don't know. You might have to go watch that play again, Patton. And the reason why, because that was a great play by Kelsey, man. He literally, if you look at it, right, Aziz was there the first couple of moves. It was the third move that threw him off, y'all. It was like, if it would have only ended at that first move and that second move, Aziz would have been in position. But it was the third move that got him. It was the third one that made him lose.
Harris makes that play.
Okay.
Harris makes that play.
Do y'all all feel like that? Do y'all care? Do you feel like in that play that Christian Harrison makes that play, or does he end up in the same position that Aziz was in?
No, Christian Harris has the ability to make that play. When you go back and look at in live action, the way D'Amico was coaching him, telling him, hey, drop back and keep your eye on the quarterback, and he's going to throw it right here. The thing about playing linebacker, I played it for 2 years in high school, and I'm going to tell you, one of the hardest things for those guys is to play. They're already 4.5 in the NFL. They're 4.5 yards off the line of scrimmage. When they drop in their hook zones, they're anywhere from 9 to 11.5 yards. And a lot of times they are not cornerbacks that can turn and release and stay with their man, because they're when a linebacker coverage, they're zone coverage. That's what the hook zone is. You find your hook zone is at a 45-degree angle. You drop back there. You look at the quarterback. You look at the running back coming out of the backfield. You look at tight end crossers and wide receiver crossers. Mm-hmm. When you have a guy like Kelsey, and you hear this all the time, the ability to find a soft spot in the zone. Mm-hmm. That's what Kelsey is great at doing. So when hopefully 2 things, Aziz going to Derek Stingley's dad camp with all those cornerbacks. Hopefully it gives him an insight on coverage a little bit more. Because one thing about linebackers, once they drop back that 12 yards, this is what make the line. Patton, what is the linebacker name for San Francisco? Is it Warner?
Ray Warner.
What makes Warner so great is Warner will be 15, 17 yards down the field covering. Mm-hmm. That's very rare for a linebacker to have that instinct, because you freeze at 4.5 yards. You freeze at 9 to 11.5 yards, and you pretty much playing in a zone box. So you're kind of 3.5, 3.5, 3.5, 3.5. It takes a great.
Definitely Urlacher-esque. Urlacher is one of those linebackers that I used to say, like, damn, in that cover 3. I mean, not cover 3, But cover two, if you have a linebacker that can do that, you really can run that Tampa 2 like none other. Like those linebackers. What was Derek Brooks kind of like that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Derek Brooks was,
like
he
he just be down the field. Like you be like, how
right.
the hell was he that far down the field, bro? Just be down there. Like,
Now, see, here's another great point about the linebackers. We didn't see when we got Aziz, we was expecting Christian Harris to make that ascension. So we were looking at those two linebackers, the speedy linebacker, sideline to sideline, 225, 230 pounds, like just all over the field in that mid range. Like it was going to be a shutdown between that 4 and 11-yard zone area, sideline to sideline. So when you add the third linebacker, that mid is totally shut down. I went back and watched. I was mad. I came home and all of my Texans games from last year was erased. I don't know how that happened.
God.
But the very first game that we played, the very first snap on defense, D'Amico ran out 3 linebackers. And I'm like, that's what he really wants to do. He really wants to do that. And then when EJ Speed came here, he looked at that linebacker room before he got here. To'o had a very good year. You still have Christian Harris in the bill, and you got Aziz. What would make that guy sign a 1-year, $5 million deal to say, yeah, I go play in the linebacker room? He must believe in his ability and skill to say, I got something that they need. And Nick them went out and signed him. So I think it is going to be a lot of 3 linebacker, sets throughout the year. So that's one thing you got to keep your eye on.
Hey,
I think it's going to be interesting.
Good point, Sarge. Sarge says they got a fourth that is waiting for his opportunity, Jamal Hill. I think it's dope that Jamal Hill made the 53. I don't think that a lot of people really like. To me, when I looked at that depth chart for the first time, the official one, that was the thing that stuck out to me. No cap. It was the Jamal Hill as a 53. He's actually on the 53, not practice squad or none of that. That to me said that, hey, Jamal Hill has made strides, which I was hoping that he would this offseason. I think he's a very good linebacker that's just in waiting. And I think like what Sarge is saying is perfect. We have a 4-point that's in waiting, that's gonna, do what he needs to do.
What Jamal Hill on defense is who I've been carrying the water for a long time.
You have.
Like, what he is on defense is who British Brooks is on offense.
Yes.
Guys that was drafted pretty low and make the 53-man roster. A lot of fans don't pay attention to him, but I just look at the room and say, how did these guys make the 53-man roster?
I thought about you, Killer, when I seen British Brooks on there as an official 53, I was like, okay.
I just heard Patton, I just heard some keys rattling. That's all I heard.
Yeah, let's be honest. We don't want to see them on anything other than special teams.
Yeah.
Hey, right now, you know what? I look at it like developing young players that you drafted late, a free agent, and you have them in your quote unquote form system. I don't look to them to make like if we're injured and we never see those guys, and if we're healthy and never see them, it's a great thing. But you have them in your system. And so you steady giving them both of their Jamal Hill, this is his second year or third year?
Second year.
So I like that when you're able to get players, have them inside of your building, and you growing them up inside of your scheme. So I like that. So
I got a relative question right quick I want to sneak in. When you guys think about linebackers and we think about coach, you know what I'm saying? D'Amico, would y'all say D'Amico was good in coverage?
Decent.
No.
Hey, I'm more with what like Doc is saying. Like we've seen D'Amico make some plays, right? How many?
Decent,
you have to say off the top of your head right now how many interceptions that D'Amico has in his career with the Texans?
I'll probably say 3.
I promise you hit that right on the head. That's exactly what I was gonna say. About 3 or maybe 4, but Yeah, I think D'Amico. I think would y'all say that Cushion was better in coverage than D'Amico?
No.
Yeah.
Really, Doc? Doc, you don't think that Cushion was better? That interception that Cushion made on Monday Night Football in LA against the Chargers.
He read it right, but I mean, D'Amico
Yeah.
was always he's the middle linebacker. Cushion was outside. He was strong, so it's different responsibilities.
To
Yeah.
Cal's
For the
earlier point, those guys were excellent at covering their zones. They were not matchup guys. They could defend their hooks, their curls, their zone. We played 4-3 a lot early in D'Amico's career, and he was responsible in that Tampa 2 to be in the middle of the field. And he made the tackles, but he wasn't there for coverage. So I'm not going to hold that against him.
Do y'all look at D'Amico as being the quintessential? Because this is what they were saying that he was when we first got him, and I think he lived up to it personally before I even asked y'all. But he was said to be the sideline to sideline linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Do y'all think D'Amico? Yeah, do y'all think D'Amico lived up to that actual sideline to sideline? You know what I'm saying? And
we was blessed to get him at 33. Like he was on every draft board. He was a first round rated linebacker.
He definitely.
And he was mainly middle linebacker for us, and he only had 2 interceptions. But you know, throughout the history of the NFL, the kind of deep.
He had 2 for us, Cal, this whole career.
Yeah, he only had 2 for us. He got 7 total. 7 total because he have 5 with Philly. So like he was a guy for his size to play middle linebacker. His size, he played bigger than his size. Put it like that. Because D'Amico is probably like 6'2", maybe. And he was playing right at about 242, maybe 245, if 245. He wasn't a big guy. And this was at the time where middle linebackers were 250, 255, 260. And D'Amico was a brainiac. He was undersized, but he handled his business. And plus, JJ Watt tells the story that the first day that they were in like practice or something like that, how he just instantly took over the huddle. And it's kind of like guys knew, like as the year kept, because I think he was a captain this rookie year, wasn't he?
Yeah, they gave him his nickname first in his first year. They was like, bro, Cap, that's Cap.
Yeah, so.
Yep, I definitely think that this year, back to what the point that Doc was making, I think we definitely see more linebacker sets. It's more linebackers out there.
Rotation. Rotation.
Oh yeah, my bad. I think there was Killer who said that we see more 3 linebackers out there. I do believe that if that happens, right? Where does that put Petrie?
He take less snaps.
I think he just got a contract. That's I mean, that's something. Now I'm not saying I disagree with you, Doc. That's obviously what it has to mean, right? If we see more 3 linebacker sets out there, I think it's kind of like what we I think that we probably see the 3 linebacker thing probably more on first, second down. And if we end up in third down situations, you have Petrie out there. But I also think as well that we may see Petrie in that role that we always said that sometimes he actually comes out as a linebacker.
Okay, like, let me bring the camera closer.
To be able to kind of trick people a little bit, right? Because if you running these sets sometime, right? Think about this, right? You running these sets where you got 3 linebackers out there. And then sometime you go out there and you put Petrie out there, which is what we were running last year, right? But you still run the same setup, but the other team may think you in nickel now. You know what I'm saying? They may think you running some sort of exotic nickel, but you're actually still in a 3 linebacker set because you still have those. You know what I'm saying? You playing Petrie out there,
and you move Petrie back to safety. that means only one person gonna come out the field in that backfield, and it's gonna be Kalen Bullock.
No, Bullock ain't coming out the field.
You
You
said
ain't taking
Peachtree
CD
may
off the
move
field.
back to safety. Hold on now. Hold on.
You ain't taking CD off the field.
I don't think so. Yeah, Sarge, if that happens,
Or
yeah,
maybe they bringing him in gradually because of the injury. But let me, Nitty, you brought up some excellent points here, and I want to go on the record that Coach D'Amico Ryans finally in year 3 has the defensive personnel that he's always wanted. He got a 10-man defensive line rotation. He got 6 linebackers that are built with athleticism and knowledge of the game. He's got the center fielder safety. He got the shutdown corner. He's got a versatile inside-outside corner in Lassiter. He's got his joker that is a young, tougher Jimmy Ward type in Peachtree. And now he's able to throw out there any scheme that he wants to, from running a dime defense to running a big nickel to running a base 3-4 or a base nickel. He's got lots of options to play with, or he can go big and go goal line with a 46 monster if he wants to, with these 10 D linemen that he has.
Exactly. I think that's a very, very good point. This gives him pretty much everything that he needs to run his defense how he wants to. I think as I say that, Doc, I'm talking about as I say that, I can feel myself saying, I don't know if he feels that he has a Fred Warner on his defense. I think that's what D'Amico is going to be at 100%. Like, hey, I got what I want. But yeah, I do think that those are great points. I think that once D'Amico gets his Fred Warner, which I think that this, Aziz played with Fred. I think this is who Aziz went into this offseason trying to do. I think him going to that camp with Stingley now, being real into his coverage and focusing on his coverage, I think that that's what he's trying to be. I think he's trying to be D'Amico's Fred Warner. And I think we should pay attention to that this year. And I'm with Doc. Like, man, let's watch what Aziz does. And let's see if he hits that field with some kind of new because we heard it in training camp that he was out there deflecting some passes. He was actually doing things that had the secondary, like, hey, Aziz is doing his thing out here in the pass coverage. So we'll see if that goes over to game day week 1, because that's the point that I was bringing. The one player that I'm going to be watching, and it's him. It's going to be Aziz, man. Aziz, I want to see if Aziz can be that linebacker to me that's up there with the right now. Like right now, you have your this is my pecking order, right? You have your Fred Warner, right? And then you have your Roquan Smith, right? And then you have your Patrick Queen, right? You have these middle linebackers. Now, if you notice that it kind of goes down a little bit. The talent goes down a little bit at some point, right? Now, the reason I'm saying these guys, right, is because these are the premium linebackers that when you see these guys on the field, they are making an impact. Like when we see Roquan Smith with the Ravens, he's a middle linebacker. Like that's what you want your middle linebacker to be at the least. You know what I'm saying? Now, what Fred is, and I'm gonna tell y'all this too. Fred has some dinks in his game too. Don't get me wrong.
Absolutely.
Fred may be supreme at pass coverage, but it may be some other things that he kind of lacks in. And you can kind of tell by his size, by how he is. Like sometimes if you've been watching football long enough, you can look at the physique of a player and can tell why they are good at what they do. Like you can look at Michael Phelps, and I know I'm going to swimming, right? But if you look at the physique
you can look at
of Michael
his torso.
Phelps, You see
Right.
his torso and how long this man wingspan is. This is why he's that good at swimming. It's not that he went and practiced and he's just, oh man, he focused on. No, look at the man. Look at what he is. Fred Warner is a guy, to me, he kind of seems like a oversized safety playing linebacker, and that's why he can move. He's good in coverage because of that. You know what I'm saying? Aziz, to me, is built more like a traditional linebacker. But we see what Roquan Smith is. Roquan Smith is that big linebacker, you know what I'm saying? And he's good in coverage. He's good at all of these things. He kind of, and I just think that Aziz can do it. And this is the year he proves it. But I don't know about what Doc said is that if he gives up 2 completions that we have to sit him down, I think we may be dealing with Aziz all year. And I'm sorry to say that, Doc, but if we get a bad Aziz, I think that happens all year. I think all year, you know what I'm saying, we have to deal with Aziz improving or either being just base average or whatever. But yeah,
I think all the linebackers in the room haven't reached their full potential. And so I think he definitely have 3 linebackers that he know that personifies his DNA, his mind makeup. And that's Toto, Harris, and Aziz. We're gonna see what we have in speed, but I think a lot of people are not really high on speed. I'm very, very high on speed. That sounds crazy.
like,
But
yeah.
I'm
hey, I ain't gonna lie.
that sounds crazy, man.
I didn't that I knew it was something. I just couldn't
That
figure out what that was. I was like, something
that's crazy. Killer
it off.
Cal is back, bro. Killer
High on
Cal is
speed.
back.
That is back, man. Very
But
high on speed. Let's go.
I think that the IQ level in that linebacker room is not going to be a drop off. I think those guys, you know, in a cerebral way, do the things that D'Amico needs done. And as long as you have those guys on the field, you're pretty much good at that second level. I love what Larry said, and it's something that I've been preaching for a long time. Uh, Petrie is a guy that you just can't pigeonhole him, and you can't say this is what he's going to be on any given Sunday because Petrie rookie year had 5 interceptions playing safety, and a lot of the times he was taking some of the worst angles that I ever seen. But he have experience doing that. We seen Petrie play close on the offensive line. We seen where D'Amico really don't like to blitz, but he was blitzing Petrie. So Petrie is that guy that if we really need a stop, and that's why I always call him the Joker. He's the pawn piece. It's the pawn piece that I really need to put in play to make this stop. I know Willen and Daniil is going to handle their outside. I know Fadakasi, Edwards, and all of them in the inside. They got that cover. Linebackers, they got everything. But Petrie is that guy that I can say, hey, this is what I want you to do. Line up on the outside of the wheel, cut it to the inside, go between the guard and center. Come on the outside of Daniil, stay on his outside shoulder, go to the outside, hit it hard. And because if you brush them both of them on the outside, who are you picking up?
Did you
Because Daniil,
hear Collinsworth? Collinsworth on Sunday Night Football when we played, and I promise I think this is the most game that I've watched this whole offseason. For some reason, YouTube just keeps saying, hey, do you want to watch this game? And every time it presents it to me, I watch it. It's the Detroit game from last year. That when you listen to Collinsworth talk about Jalen Petrie, you can't help but get excited. Petrie was clowning that game, y'all.
you know what? I think that game was on probably a week ago, and I do vaguely remember Collinsworth just gushing behind him, like
just gushing. I'm talking about just this. He was like, "Oh my goodness, this guy here. This is D'Amico's." Just like how we talk about him being the Joker and all of that. He was saying that. Which I'm saying that to say this. I want Jalen Petrie on that field, bro. I honestly like. I love the whole 3 linebacker thing, and I love it. I love it. But man, if you, it's like Petrie is so much of a game record. He really is. Like that game against Philly, I mean not Philly, against the Lions, Detroit, he was doing so much. He was in that backfield, even the time where he jumped and he was on a rush, but he realized he wasn't going to get there, so he jumped and he tipped the ball and it allowed Jimmy Ward to pick it off. That was the first turnover of that game, and Petrie was just clowning after that, man. I'm talking about just living in that backfield and making plays in that shallow part of the field. I just think that, like, God, how do you take that off the field? How do
You don't, because last year our base defense really, and just memory, our base defense last year was really the 4-2-5, and Petrie, he's going to be out there on second and third downs because the Joker is on second down, like first down. If I got 3 linebackers, 85% of the time, it's going to be a run play. So I want to get it to second and 8 or even more. If second and 6, I'm going 4-2-5. But if it's second and 8, second and 9, they're going to go in a 3 wide receiver set, which is going to put us in our traditional 4-2-5, which put Petrie on the field in second down. Say we stopped them in second down. Say if they get 4 yards and it's 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3. Petrie is that joker that he's going to be on the field second and third down. We're not going to have any 3 linebacker sets on third down unless it's 3rd and 1 and they go heavy protection, 2 tight ends and something like that.
What's that, 13 personnel?
Yeah. So I think Petrie's going to be on the field every second and third down. So which that I mean, just if you calculate that, that's 67-70% of the snaps, but I think he's going to get more than that. So I don't think we have to worry about
Petrie comes out if they bring in a 4th wide receiver. If they go into 4 wide outs, then you sub him for a cornerback.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or you leave him in and let him play an inside linebacker in a nickel or a dime and take out a linebacker.
Yeah, I can see that too.
I agree.
That's where he was weak, is when he was matched up against a receiver in the slot like Devontae Adams, and you just get cooked. And he shouldn't get put in those positions. That's when D'Amico needs to have a scheme called, or you call a timeout. Hey, we can't be in a crucial play and have Petrie one-on-one with the all-pro wide receiver.
Okay.
Now, from a coaching standpoint, that's where D'Amico's got to get better, because if you recall when we played Minnesota, this dude had Eric Murray matched up one-on-one with Jettis several times. That you got to call a timeout. You cannot have that to happen. Same thing when it came to as we talked about against the Jets. They went empty backfield and Devontae is lined up against Petrie and touchdown. So you got to be able to either have your good play call where they not one-on-one with that in that mismatch, or you call a timeout to get something changed.
Good point, Doc. Good point, because I remember that game specifically and that play against the Jets specifically, and I was hoping that Petrie can hold his own, but you can't do that as a coach getting paid millions of dollars. You just can't do that. You can't put you can't put hope. You're not getting paid by hope. You're not getting paid by, man, I got my fingers crossed on this one. Now, you have to be able to give Petrie, once you see that on the field, because we've seen it before, right? Well, these coaches get put in these crazy matchups and they running out on the field. Time out. Hold on. Don't let that play go, because that's 7 points right there. You know what I'm saying? That's that, and I think that's a very good point.
I'm interested in Pat. You still there?
Yep.
What do you think about that? Because I got an extra point, but I haven't heard you speak in a minute. I got an extra point I want to add to that. also.
Go ahead.
You know what I think is going to be different this year is CJGJ is a younger, faster, more field conscious player right now than Jimmy Ward.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that with Bullock, which the Texans really threw him in the fire, and I think that a lot of his mishaps was taking the wrong step at the wrong angle and taking false steps. Like when you play in the secondary, you can't take, just like wide receivers, you can't take a false step. Every movement has to be to the direction of what you're trying to accomplish. And Bullock did a lot of that, being in zone and taking a false step and then taking off. I think with him and CJ back there manning it, and CJ can play up close inside of the box, 7 to 12 to 15 yards, and Bullock can do. Uh, Bullock can do the same thing. I think that you're going to have less of that slot receiver getting wide open because they got a third cornerback on him or a safety that's on him. I think CJGJ changed a lot of that. That you don't get over the top against Bullock and CJGJ. So I think those touchdowns that we gave up, I think the Texans gave up 42 touchdowns last year, which was pretty high.
Yep.
I think that number comes down. If that number comes down 10 less, then you pretty much operating in the top 10.
I got a good question for you, Cal. I haven't seen the injury report for this week. It is only Tuesday.
Yeah.
But do y'all think we see CJGJ in week 1?
Without a doubt.
Absolutely.
What makes you feel like that? What makes you feel like that without a doubt, Cal? What's giving you that feel? Because I don't have it. I want to see if you can give it to me. Pause. Like I don't have that. Like I don't know. I honestly don't know.
I think by now we probably would have heard that he wouldn't be playing. I think we would have heard that, okay, he's not going to suit up. He wasn't on any.
Sure about that, don't care. You know how people love to be secretive about something until it's time for the game.
But when they came out with the rosters and they came out with the 53 and they had the dedicated guys to.
Oh, okay. Hold on. What's the name say right here? CJGJ was cleared. D'Amico said it in the press conference. Okay, so full go.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things that makes media mad, but them boys on Kirby don't give a damn about what the media think. They're gonna run their building with the information that if they choose to give it out, they will. Because I remember last week we was talking, Nitty and you was talking about how what's his name was really pissed off that he wasn't getting any information.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It was just, and I saw that video. Schefter,
I've never seen.
I don't know what's going on. Like, bro, you not
seen Schefter that mad, bro, ever.
It was like he called over there and they told him, "We're not telling you nothing." And he got mad. Like, well, y'all normally tell me stuff, and it was like, "We're not telling you nothing." So I think the Texans
he definitely was talking from a place.
Yeah. So the Texans with local media, national media, the John McClain, like all of it. It's like, bro, we'll let you know what we want you to know. Other than that, don't worry about it. So when CJ comes out there week 1, that's one thing that the Rams will probably prepare for, but they got to be like, okay, so just in case he doesn't play, then they'll have this guy. So it gives them 2 things to worry about. And that's what you want. You want to have your opposition guessing on what you're going to do and how you're going to attack them.
Most definitely, man. Appreciate right now we are at an hour and 4 minutes. We have 75 people in the room. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We're about to get ready to wrap up. Any last things that you guys want to bring to the table? Now, we do have a show Friday, y'all, that we will be here and right before two days before, the game. And we're going to touch on a lot of things there. We're going to get a lot in-depth pause on a lot of stuff that we talked about today. I'm definitely going to bring in some more you know what I'm saying, in-depth questions as far as, you know, the inner workings of the team and who are we gonna, you know, put out there as the first 22. And
predictions.
oh yeah, most
Um,
definitely predictions, point
that
predictions.
pre- that predictions. You know, will CJ be closer to 5,000? Would he get 45? Like, yeah, it's a lot for us to talk about Friday, man.
I do want to say this though. I do want to say that right now, the position that CJ is in right now, if y'all want to go back to last year's show, I'm pretty sure that I said it multiple times that this was the situation that CJ needed to be in to be a successful quarterback in this league. He needed to get in an offense where he had a dominant run game. See, CJ is so good. See, imagine this, right? And I don't know if a lot of people paid attention to this, but when Luck was good, when Luck, and I'm talking about the Indianapolis quarterback, when Luck was solid over there in Indianapolis, as solid as a quarterback as he was, when he had that run game going, it made him kind of unstoppable because and the same thing. The first time we were able to put our eyes on him being a starter, that is Patrick Mahomes, because we know that behind Alex Smith, he sat that first year. But when he started the next year and he had the guy that they ended up putting off the team, what was his name?
Tyreek Hill?
No. Tyreek, this is the running back.
Kareem Hunt?
Kareem Hunt. When that Kareem Hunt and that running game was doing a thing, man, that's what made us sit back and say, like, golly, look at Patrick Mahomes. Because see, when you have a good quarterback that's good like that, and even to be honest, and I'm pretty sure if you ask any NFL quarterback this, they will say that is the game that's told to you to try to trick you out of your spot, right? And I'm explaining this to y'all. What it's about is when you're a quarterback and you hear these two words right here, it tends to make some quarterbacks cringe. It's game manager. See,
I love it,
when you
man.
hear
Bro,
game manager, most people are like, oh no, I don't want to be a game manager.
speak, bro.
No,
Speak, man.
listen to me.
Yes.
Game manager quarterbacks are winning quarterbacks. They
Oh my
actually are.
God.
Show me one that you could actually put the title on him saying, hey, he's a game manager, and tell me that he's not a win, that he's not a part of a team that has 10, 11 wins every season. Like, this is what, when you can get a quarterback to settle into himself and to actually realize that that's what you are. Think about this, y'all. And I might need to say that this is the first time that this is being said. Every quarterback, it's your job. It literally should be in your job description to manage the game. You should be a game manager. That's what you are. The ball is touching your hands more than anybody on the team. You are the first person who this ball goes through. Of course, you should be managing the game. So I don't know who was the first person that made that whole game manager a bad thing or a bad tag to put on a quarterback. Man, Alex Smith, Brock Purdy, all of these guys, Tom Brady. Can y'all understand that Tom Brady is the ultimate? He is
Game manager.
ultimate. Let me say it again. He is the ultimate game manager. That's what he is. If you want to know what you know, we used to watch these kung fu movies, and these different fighters had different styles. Well, these different players have different styles. What was the style of Tom Brady? Game manager. That's what he was, y'all. He was the supreme game manager. And what his team do? Win 5, 6 Super Bowls. This is what CJ is in for this year, y'all. He's going to be able to have a dominant run game. And when the whole focus isn't just on the pass of CJ, and now he's going to be able to run this play action to where his accuracy is going to really shine. Oh, man, it's over with, y'all. This is our pathway to the Super Bowl, whether y'all know it or not. It's this type of offense, and I know I can hear them keys rattling. But it's
yes, sir.
It's that Patriot type of offense that if you can get the right quarterback in that offense, to run it correctly. If Aaron Rodgers would have had somebody to come along and put him in that type of offense and he ran with it, then yeah, he probably would have more championships. But yes, that's the type of you want to be a game manager is what I'm saying, y'all. What do y'all think about that? And then if it's anything y'all want to bring in,
I'm waiting for Larry to speak on this one.
Brother Nitty, though that you laid that out beautifully, I have to passionately disagree. CJ Stroud has elite accuracy and ball placement when given the right time and rhythm and healthy receivers. Leading into his, if we want to call it a sophomore slump, we were all projecting 5,000 yards out of CJ. Not to manage the game, but go out there and win the game, scoring 30 points a game. And CJ's ability is there. We need to have solid protection, solid scheme, as well as healthy pass catchers, which 2 of the 3 were not present for the full year last year. I'm not making excuses for CJ, but he is much more talented than the quarterbacks you mentioned as game managers.
Tom Brady, who is the ultimate game manager, who has 6 Super Bowls. Like,
he is much more talented than Tom Brady. Tom Brady had intangibles, competitive nature that took him to be the GOAT. He was a scrawny, skinny quarterback that was a 6th-round pick. Let's not forget about that. When you got scrubs like Mertz, that is a 6th-round pick. These guys do not have the talent that a CJ Stroud has. His ball placement is elite when he has time. Now he lost.
You saying Mertz? Hold on, Doc. You saying Mertz
is a scrub
in 2001 that he could have been drafted in the 5th round for the New England Patriots, and somebody could have turned him into a 6th championship winning quarterback? Is what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that quarterbacks in the 6th round are scrubs.
Hold on, I just want you to repeat again that you said that right now CJ Stroud is a better quarterback than Tom Brady. You actually believe it?
He has more talent than Tom Brady. Tom Brady worked his tail off to become the GOAT, fueled by his passion and his competitiveness. Tom Brady did not come in the league with the arm that he developed. Tom Brady did not come in the league with the accuracy that he developed.
How long was Tom Brady in the league before he got his first start?
The Bledsoe game, he came in year 2 when Bledsoe got hurt. No, his 2nd year.
Oh, this was Tom Brady's 2nd year, right?
2nd year when Bledsoe got hurt in the first game against Buffalo.
So he's one of the hard men.
And he game managed for 5 years and winning those Super Bowls like you laid out.
Yeah,
I'm saying that
when scoring 30-some points a game too. Like
he didn't do that until late in the career. He was a game manager, like you mentioned. And then in the middle of his career, they started to run the run and shoot and give Brady more chances to throw the ball. And he led him to become the GOAT. That's just my pushback. CJ has the talent of an elite quarterback, and we need to surround him so he can step into his eliteness. Game manager, we can have a Davis Mills the game manager. We need CJ Stroud to be a playmaker, an elite quarterback.
But check this out, though, Doc. How many quarterbacks will we say since 2001 have came into this league that has more talent than Tom Brady? Because there's been a few.
Lots of them.
And they have not done shit. They ain't done shit, bro. That's what I'm trying to say. These quarterbacks have not won championships. Some of them hadn't even won a playoff game.
Agreed.
So my question is like, what do we want? Championships, or do we want a quarterback that we can say is a field general, like somebody said up here. Somebody was like, not a game manager, but a field general. What are we looking for? Are we looking for, because if Tom Brady was a game manager, give me Tom Brady all day. I take Tom Brady all day with the championships, because him being a game manager, and seeing, this is why I say people try to play down game management. It's about decision making.
Well, let me make one point and I'll let you have it, Nitty.
Uh-huh.
Alex Smith, as you mentioned, was a game manager.
Yeah.
He got the Chiefs to a #1 seed, but he could not deliver them a championship because they had a more talented guy on the bench waiting that they traded up because they knew that a game manager could not get it done. They needed an elite quarterback that can get them over the hump. So that's what I'm saying. The case you laid out was beautiful, though.
No, I get you. I totally, I'm not in 100% disagreeing with what you're saying, but at the end of the day, it's like I have to weigh this to this. And it's like, okay, Tom Brady, who I believe and we all believe is the ultimate game manager, but this guy won 6 championships, so we can't put nothing bad on game manager. We can't do it. It's like, I understand what you're saying, Doc, but in the grand scheme, what is football? And I'm gonna sound real lame in layman's terms when saying this, but football is a game. It's a game that needs to be managed. And if you have a quarterback, which that should be, I'm telling you, that should be the #1 job description of a quarterback. Game manager, manage this game. This is what you do. Now, how you look at that phrase, game manager, it really does make a difference. But to me, I don't look at a game manager as somebody to where, okay, you allowing the team to do what they need to do and you're just falling back, because that's what you're supposed to actually do as a quarterback. You should actually be more about the team instead of your own personal stats. You get what I'm saying? And so I just feel like that we both right at the end of the day. I think that that game manager is a perspective type of thing. How do you look at it? But when you look at it from the perspective of the GOAT, Tom Brady, as of right now, then I think it puts it in a different light, obviously, that game management can't be all of that bad, because and I still think that I'm right when I talk about what Mahomes did. In order to turn Kansas City into that championship team, in which he did, it was him sitting behind a game manager. It was him learning the game from the perspective of Alex Smith and kind of stepping in and being a more better him, which is my point I was trying to make about CJ. That if we looked at Tom Brady as being a game manager in that type of an offense, that when you put somebody like CJ in that position, we should get better results. We should get what Kansas City got, right? We should get, now that, okay, you had Alex Smith in this situation, look at how far he got you. You put a more talented quarterback in the same system, look at what happens. I'm thinking that if you take that same system that we've been seeing in New England and you put a more talented quarterback, that we should see better results. And that's just what I was trying to say.
I got a point I want to make, but I want to see his patent.
But we ain't running the New England offense, right?
It's a kind of a twist between it. It's a twist. We all know what it is, man. We seen what CJ said that they was watching, bro. I don't think they have bro watching that tape if it wasn't nothing that he could learn from it.
You're on to something, because those were the Tom Brady game management years.
Yeah.
Would you not agree that Tom Brady became an elite quarterback?
Yes, I would say that, but I felt like when I go back and I look at that St. Louis Rams, and that
12-9,
that Super Bowl. When I look at that Super Bowl, the first time I seen Tom Brady, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't know y'all at that time, but let me tell y'all what I was thinking while I was watching that game. I was watching the game and I was sitting up thinking, hey, what is it that that I was an underdog guy, still is to this day. I root for the underdog. And I knew that everybody was thinking that St. Louis was going to win that game. And so I kind of was like, I'm a root for the Patriots. This new guy, you know what I'm saying? Let's see if he can come in here and shock the world. And watching what he did during that game, to me, that was elite. I saw that Tom Brady was going to be what he was, so you can see the traits that he had. It wasn't like he was totally being a game manager. He was just literally doing what they told him to do, which was move the ball down the field. That last drive when they actually drove down to get that field goal, that was elite to me. Those passes that he made, the way he connected on those passes, that was elite. You seen the arm strength and everything then. So I just think that, yeah, but you are right. Those were his absolute game management. And I think even when he became an elite quarterback, he still had those shades of that game management Tom Brady. He just was, that's what you knew, how he was going to kick your ass every week. He was going to come out and he was just going to be Tom Brady. Like after a while, we just started knowing what Tom Brady was and what he was going to do every time he hit that field. And to the chagrin of some people who hated it, he still was able to do that. So I just think that right now, CJ, his first 2 years, we had a lot on him. It was like, CJ, you got to do this. We need to see you do this. I think now CJ gets to come out there and work from a game management standpoint. And I think it's something to say about that, from going from everything on your back to now, oh, you need to handle this, as to you were a game manager at first and now we're going to put everything on your back. I think that that's going to work for CJ in the reverse. But what is it that you wanted to say, Cam?
I think both y'all make excellent points, and I agree with y'all on a lot. Nitty, I've always said people made game manager a negative like connotation, like, oh, you're a game manager. The thing about CJ is, when I say I want my quarterback to manage the game, and they tell you all the time, just take what the defense give you.
Mm-hmm.
If it's the check down to the running back, like that's the reason why you got a Woody Marks.
Yeah.
It's the reason why Dalton Schultz should be better in this this offense, because your first two reads just may not be there. And I don't need you to force anything down to field. We want to keep your interception rate low. Like when CJ first came into the league as a rookie, he was phenomenal, exceptional without turning over the ball. Like he was going a stretch that he would not turn over the ball. No interceptions. You want to get that back. You want to get that up to his 63 completion percentage, get it up to 68, 69, possibly 70.
Yeah.
And just take what the defense gives you. But see, you become a game manager and manage the game. If you win time of possession, which if you run the ball effectively, you get 4.5 a carry. That's the goal. You know, people think, oh, you get 4 yards a carry, that's good. 4 yards a carry is not good. 4.5, those 0.5s, 0.3s, 0.2 makes a difference.
Makes a big difference.
You get 4.5 a carry, which Nick Chubb has averaged 5 yards a carry. And people say, well, Nick Chubb is old. Well, Nick Chubb has only started 12 games in the last 2 years. So, and only have 120 carries in the last 2 years. So Nick Chubb is not old. He's not running on the old legs. He just had a couple of injuries. But let me get back to the point of game management and playmaking. CJ has the ability to make those plays. So I want him to manage the game and not turn it over. But we already know what he can do with Nico Collins.
Oh yeah.
We just waiting to see what he do with Christian Kirk. And
This
then the
just
two
makes it better. It just makes
right.
it better with that run game. It's like,
Yeah.
now, like what, you know, they don't want to be putting Bobby out there like they do, but they know that Bobby was just having those guys line up and like, hey, this should work. Like this how Bobby was running the offense. This should work. If this don't work, it's on y'all. Like it's like, no, you have to do things to your personnel. And I think, like Cal, I think we have a and I know we'll speak more on it Friday, but man, I'm looking so forward to that O-line play, man. I just think that what we've been seeing so far, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like those guys are gonna be more of what they said. Like, that's what I love about D'Amico. He's so competent as a head coach. He said that he wanted that offensive line to play like with the swarm mentality, just like his D line.
Mm-hmm.
I think he accomplished that this offseason. I think, and we should see it week 1, fellas. We should see those guys actually like changing the line of scrimmage, actually pushing guys off the ball, because what Ursery, and that's why I hate Patton gone, but Ursery, I'm looking forward, and I'm gonna save it for Friday, because I know that y'all gonna be, we'll probably get our first on the line segment, but yes, I'm definitely looking forward to see what the youngster does, because I don't know. I mean, we all speculated that he could possibly start, but the fact that the guy is actually starting, and not just starting, but starting over over an $11 million investment. I think
I'm gonna tell you what the bigger part that you, because I had to pull it up. The bigger picture that you need to look at, like, we were weak on the interior offensive line, and we replaced them with Tomlinson left guard, Andrews center, and right guard Ingram. Pay attention to those three.
And I know we both talked about Ingram. Like,
pay attention to those three. Those three is really going to be able to set the tone of what type of team that you really want to be. And most of your physical runs is going to come from the interior. The Lions, not the Lions, the Rams are not really a big, burly, physical interior team. They have guys that can rush the quarterback from, all 4 positions: defensive tackle, defensive line. Watch and see how these 3 guys. These are 3 new guys in a new system. Watch how those 3. Everybody gonna be looking at Ursery. We already know that Titus is Titus. He's just a solid rock. Look at Tomlinson, Andrews, and Ingram. That's what you need to pay attention to. That's going to be one of the biggest things that's going to determine the game, because this is the first time that these 3 guys have played together. And our whole season is dependent on those 3 guys.
Those are boy, you hit it. And I believe Friday when we talk, that should be the point that you and Patton lead with. That is a great point. Those 3 guys are very instrumental in how this line, because that interior is what killed us last year. So if that's one thing that's improved, we automatically a better team out the gate. And I think that we are, because I know me and you, we used to talk about Ingram in the off season, and a lot of the time people wasn't feeling the fact of how we were feeling about Ingram. I just know that he had this nastiness about him, and I think him winning that starting job, I think that says what D'Amico's looking for. This line is going to be nasty. And that's why I'm telling y'all, Woody Marks is going to have a great season. Chubb is going to have a great season if he stays healthy. Pierce should be good, but y'all know it seems weird whenever it's almost like I don't want to speak on dude. I don't want to jinx him, because every time I try to speak on him and being better and this and that, he doesn't do it, but he shocks us every year, because Pierce still, as bad as a year he had last year, had some of the best runs of the whole entire year. I think he had a 90-yard touchdown at one time. He ran a kick return back. Like, he has a talent. We just hope that him getting back into the scheme of where he's used to, that, because like I said this when we first got Pierce. Pierce is he's a team guy. He's a person that when the team loves guys like that. He galvanizes the team. It's something about him. He makes work good. When you got at your job, it's this one person, or when you in school, there's one person that made you happy to come to school. Pierce is that type of guy. It's like they love Pierce. But I think that this is a year, which is his last contract. This is last year on contract with us, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he has to show up this year. So I'm looking for DP to do what a third running back on the roster should do. Dare, he should do a little bit better than what Dare does. I think Dare it's going to be right on his heels because I think Dare is going to have a good year too in this scheme, and we've seen it in the preseason. But other than that, though, y'all, man, we gave y'all an extra 30 minutes tonight. We have 112 people in here right now. We appreciate everybody that repost the show, man. Appreciate you guys, man. This has been a great show. We are very excited about week 1. Think that we come out 1-0
on the way out, Nitty. I won't be able to join Friday, but I wanted to make my score prediction.
Okay, yeah, do that. It's on you.
So quickly, love all the viewers and everybody attending. Appreciate all the founders of Texans 1, 2, 3.
Yes, sir.
I actually predicted that the Texans would lose this opening game before when the schedule came out. But I have reversed my course.
I remember you saying that too, Doc. I do recall.
Yeah, I reversed my course because of Stafford's back injuries and not being available through camp. And so I'm predicting the Texans in a real defensive game winning 20-19.
That's close. That's super close. That's what everybody has on the NFL. I seen the thing with the game preview. If y'all haven't watched this, you can go on YouTube and the NFL channel and look at the preview between the Texans and the Rams. And I think only 2 people picked us to win, but everybody has it as a close game. I don't think it's close. But I think
we're gonna hold that until Friday because I got something that's gonna be like y'all gonna say y'all gonna say
close it out with a sack. Daniil Hunter on his signature spin move with his swooping Superman sack on Stafford to close it out.
Okay. I sure hope that's how it goes, but I think that it won't be that close. We'll see. But Friday, man, y'all make sure y'all tune in. Y'all make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe right now. Let me make sure. Oh no, yes, y'all make sure that y'all like, share, and subscribe now. On Twitter, we're on Twitter, Instagram, we're YouTube. So make sure y'all subscribe on YouTube as well. We're gonna be doing this all year, just like we did last year. Every Tuesday, every Friday. We were Tuesday and Thursday last year, but we're Tuesday and Friday this year. And also, we do the live game commentary. So this Sunday, y'all make sure that y'all tune in because I will be here. I'm gonna see who I'm gonna have on here with me, but we definitely gonna do the live game commentary Sunday as well. And hey, come check the game out with y'all boys, man. We always have fun. I think last year we did a live game commentary and we literally had like 3,000 people to come in and join with us. So y'all make sure y'all one of the 3,000s, man. This Texans on 3 thing is gonna keep going. We're gonna keep doing what we're doing. Hey, man, I appreciate everybody who tuned in tonight, man. We're gonna do our shout out as we do all the time, man. We gotta do our let me get some little music going right here. Okay, hold on, let's switch that up a little bit. Here we go. So boom, we're gonna give y'all a little shout out, man, to the Bull Ring. Big shout out to the Bull Ring, man. Everybody that comes in, man, and gives us a message, man. It really helps with the show, really helps with the flow of the show, man. And we really appreciate y'all, man. So I want to give y'all a hand. I want to give a shout out to Grapha O, if I'm saying that right, man. Appreciate you. We got Alan P in the building. Appreciate you, man. Larry Payton, even though he was on the panel, appreciate you for, you know what I'm saying, your contributions in the Bull Ring. Got Ninja Cow, man. Appreciate you, Ninja Cow, all the time. Brandon, as always, man, you already know it's love, man. You always appreciate you, my guy, with the comic relief. Y'all know, man, Brandon gonna keep something funny in these comments all the time. The Bull Bash, man. Y'all make sure that y'all go subscribe to the Bull Bash, man. My guy, Mellow Mike, we had him on the show before. That's his channel. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and show him some love. Appreciate you, Mellow Mike.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, shout out T Jones. T Jones in the building representing that south side. We appreciate you, man. It's north side all day though. You know what time it is. But we also have Lackville 89 in the building, man. We appreciate you, my guy. Let's see. I'm scrolling. Okay, I think that may be. Oh no, Big Sarge, man. Definitely Big Sarge in the building.
Big Sarge.
Shout out to him. Shout out to AD, even though I don't think AD was in the bull ring, but he reposted the show. Appreciate you. Julius Harris. Appreciate you, my guy, man. He touched down in the bull ring. We definitely appreciate you.
My guy, Jay Coop.
Oh, yeah, Jay Coop, man. Yeah, Jay Coop. Appreciate you, my guy. We seen that. Yeah, Jay Coop in the building, man. We appreciate you, man. All of y'all ain't.
That boy say 3 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo!
Hey,
oh, that's funny, man.
hey, man. We appreciate y'all, man, for tuning in. We make sure that y'all are here Friday. Make sure y'all turn on y'all notifications. Let's get this show, man, the way it needs to be, man. We rocking with everybody. Everybody rocking with us, man. It's the Houston Texans on 3. We'll see y'all on Friday. Go Texans, man. Y'all already know what time it is, y'all. Week 1, let's get us a dub, man. Let's get us a dub. We out here.
Right.
Texans on 3, baby.